If your F2L still feels choppy, slow, or inconsistent, then this video will help you fix that. Today, I'm going to show you 3 things that will make your F2L smoother, faster, and way more efficient, without needing crazy finger tricks or 100 of algorithms. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Know all your algorithms. In order to get fast at F2L, you can't stop at just knowing a few cases and doing the rest intuitively. You need to recognize every common F2L situation instantly. The basic cases, the awkward ones, the rotated versions, and their mirrors. A great place to start, in my opinion, is by learning all 41 front slot F2L cases. And once you're comfortable with those, your next progression is experimenting. So take what you already know and use it to create efficient solutions for the backslots. Solving your backslots are really important, and many advanced cubers recommend trying to solve them first, as not only do you reduce your cube rotations, but by solving the back pairs first, the final F2L pairs are left in the front, and these pairs are generally easier to manage and insert efficiently. So here are 2 examples. First, we have our red-green pair, and we have to insert this pair in the back. But believe it or not, this pair can be done rotationless, and there's a really simple algorithm, and here's how it looks. It starts with U, L, U2, L prime, and this sets up a 3-mover, which can easily be inserted, and pair solved. Our next case is this pair, but we have to insert it in the back. And usually what most people do is they try to take out the pair, rotate, and insert it, but there's a really easy way to do it. And if you know your 41 front slot cases, then I guarantee that you know this algorithm called the sledgehammer. So all it is U, sledge, and then that sets up a 3-mover, and solved. And after you start recognizing these patterns automatically, your F2L becomes way more consistent, and you'll notice your times dropping even without trying. Improve cross plus 1. A big time waster in F2L is finishing your cross and then stopping to find your first pair. So instead, during inspection, plan your cross in at least 1 pair, because that way, right after you finish your cross, you can immediately insert that first pair with no pause. A smooth cross plus 1 sets you up for a clean flowing F2L from the start. So here's an example of how that looks. And as I'm showing my steps, I'm going to challenge you guys to try and see how this orange-green pair, which is the pair I'm tracking, ends up at the end after I've finished my cross. The corner's right here and the edge is right here. Now I'm going to start with green facing me. So here's what my cross is going to look like. I'm going to start with L prime, which moves green from here to here. And after that, I'm going to do D. So orange is now moved into red slot, and green is now moved into its own slot. After that, I'm going to do R prime, which moves red from here to here. And I'm going to do F2, which swaps places with green and blue, because they're both on the same side, I guess. So blue now moves here, green now moves on top. After that, I'm going to do D2, which finishes 3 out of the 4 cross edges because they're all in opposite slots. For example, red's here, blue is now here, and orange is now here. So D2 is just going to solve them in their slots. And then I'm going to finish my cross with F2 because green was up here and now it's down here. Now, let's see if you were correct. So I'm going to show how my moves impact the orange-green pair. So first, I do L prime. That has no effect on the pair because this cross edge is on a completely different side than this edge in this corner. After that, I do D. So D has effect on how the pair looks. Why? Because they're on the same layer. So now this corner is moved from here to here with D. After that, my next move is R prime. R prime also has an effect on the pair because they're on the same layer. So now the edge is moved up here and the corner's moved here. And the green part of the edge is facing us and the orange part of the edge is facing up. And the white part of the corner is facing us. The green part of the corner is facing up. And the orange part of the corner is facing to the side. So I think we get this pair, except it's from this angle. So in order to solve it, we can just rotate and do U2, L prime U, L, U prime, L, U prime L. So, and then all of the other cross moves to complete our cross have no effect on the pair because I'm not doing any U or B moves to affect the pair. So yeah, so here's how that would all look. Our first move is L prime, then it's D. So our pair's now moved from our pair's now here. R prime moves it up, F2, D2, F2. Now we're gonna rotate and solve in the back with U2, L prime, U, L, U prime, L, U prime, L prime, L, U prime, L. So that's how you predict your first pair. Focus on look ahead. In my opinion, look ahead is the secret behind fast F2L because F2L isn't about turning as fast as possible, it's about never stopping. And I personally think if you have all your F2L cases in your muscle memory, then you are ready for a look ahead. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I know if I have all my cases in my muscle memory? Well, if you can look at a case, close your eyes, and solve the case, then it's in your muscle memory. But if you can't do that, then that's fine, but now you know what to practice on. But if you can, here's an example of what you can do. So, you look at the red-green pair, and you know that you can solve it with RU, R2 prime, U prime, R, like this. But you're probably not turning that fast. That's fine. So, here's a drill what you can do. I want you to look at the pair and take your turning down 5 notches. So, turn at like 3 to 5 TPS. But as you're turning and solving your pair, instead of looking at the current pair you're solving on, look at different corners and different edges in different pairs. In this case, I'm going to be looking at the red-blue pair because it's the only pair I have left. So I'm going to turn up 3 to 5 TPS and do the alg really slow. But as I'm doing it, I immediately see that I can go straight into my other pair. Why? Because I turned really slowly and I was tracking my other pair. And because I have the case, because I have all my cases in my muscle memory, I know that right after it, oh, I see this pair, I can go straight into it. So this right here is called a slow solve. And it helps you train look ahead by slowing down your turn-in during practice solves. And it gives your eyes time to search for the next pair while your hands solve the current one. So over time, your brain learns the flow and pauses naturally disappear. So as you're doing slow solves and you get the hang of it, try to increase the TPS to the point where in your actual practice solves and you're turning your max TPS, you will be able to look ahead. Why? Because you practice this. So this is a valuable skill, and I highly recommend that you start implementing slow solves in your practice routine. So remember, learn all your F2L cases, build a strong cross plus one, and train your look ahead until your solves become one continuous motion. If you master these 3 things, your F2L will level up really fast. Thanks for watching.